hold on. There. You should be able to hear it now. We're ready! We've got 6 minutes until the show. Ooh-wee-wah, ooh-wee-wah. Okay. Best of Gamescom. It's time to wrap it up. Let me put on actually, am I sitting in the right spot? Hold on. Last time everything was over there on the left side, so I'm gonna stay over here, and hopefully I won't get in the way. I'm looking forward to this. There were some games that that I was looking that really caught my eye when we watched the Future Game Show on Wednesday, which was Thursday 1 a.m. for me. But I've got my pen and paper now, so I'm gonna take notes. Unlike last time when I was like, yeah, there were games that I liked, and then I couldn't remember the name because Lunar memory struck again. And I'm hoping like it's coming at it from a place where I have been playing games for a while, and also have started really looking into like game development just because for shits and giggles I decided to take a game development course. It's fun to notice the things that go into it. Hello Dylan, welcome back. We're watching FGS, the best of Gamescom. So I wonder, I don't know if this is going to be, if there's going to be anything new. It might just be like the top oh, okay, hold on. I just found a thingy. Hold on, that's on the wrong window. Ooh, okay, so the wrap-up show is going to be gameplay, more gameplay videos, exclusive interviews, and hands-on impressions with the biggest games, including we're gonna see some hands-on impressions of Hollow Knight, Silksong. I know that a lot of people are excited about that. Reanimal, Dying Light, The Beast, Lego Batman, and Densha Attack. I think these are all games also that I remember Burner being really excited about. It's time! Let's watch! The Future Games Show. Lunar Watch Party. HTTP. And then I give my link. 80 Lunity. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I did my socials on the Twitters. I guess I should do on Bisky as well. Dun, dun. Oh, let me actually expand this full screen. Full screen, guys! So we can be ready. Are you guys excited for any of those? I know, like, Silksong's very popular. It's time to wrap up for the wrap-up show. Best FGS, best of Gamescom. With there we go. There we go. Aw, dang. Okay. Now I'm ready, I think. Bam. Thanks for joining me, guys. We appreciate it. It'd be nice to have to watch with people. Ooh! Yo! Thank you so much for the resub, Natalie. No, for the gift subs. Goodness gracious. I appreciate you. Oh, my life. Enjoy your games. Burner! They're gonna be showing some hands-on impressions of like Densha Attack. I don't know if you want to watch that. You know. But they're doing Hollow Knight, Silksong, Reanimal, Dying Light, The Beast, Lego Batman, and Densha Attack. I know you were talking about how excited you were for that one. So I think we're going to be seeing more of the games. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'll start watching more of these. And reacting. Thanks for always being such a lovely streamer. Mally, you're too sweet. I appreciate you. I do my best. Let's hope this goes. You have a collab in a bit? Oh, I see. I see. That's okay. I'll react on your behalf. Although I wish I could hear what you thought about the games because you're far more knowledgeable about stuff than I am. One of these days I'll learn a thing or two. What made me start? I don't exactly remember. I got chosen to be co-streamer.
Hello everyone and welcome to FGS Best
Can you
of
hear it?
Gamescom. My name is Jules Gill and the rest of the FGS team is scurrying around the show floor as we speak to bring you some exclusive content that you'll see over the next hour or so. I'm talking hands-on time with games that you desperately want to play like Silksong and Lego Batman, as well as games that you just need to know more about. And we've got exclusive developer interviews and some secret and special content planned along the way as well. In fact, why don't we kick things off with something very special indeed.
This is more Resident Evil!
One of the biggest talking points at this year's Gamescom was, of course, Resident Evil Requiem. The 15 to 20 minute demo, depending on how much time you spend noping out and standing in the safety of the opening room, begins with new protagonist Grace Ashcroft strapped to a hospital bed upside down and clearly not here of her own free will. Grace is a new character in the Resident Evil franchise and unlike Leon Kennedy, Jill Valentine or Ethan Winters, approaches the situations she finds herself in with a sense of trepidation. She's cautious and, thanks to her work as an FBI agent, leans on her skills of deduction and analysis rather than weapon handling. She can even trip and fall while running in certain panicked situations, if you're playing in third person, which definitely helps give you the feeling that you, as a player, and Grace are both feeling the same things as you play through. And that feeling is terrified. Continuing out of the room you wake up in and through the only open door, you move into the hospital corridors in a search of a way out. It's here that the graphic fidelity really shines. This footage is captured on PlayStation 5 and the lighting and atmosphere is the best I've seen in a game in this generation. The sound design is also on point, from Grace's breathing to the dull hum of the hospital strip lights struggling to spark into life after you flick the switch. Soon I'm presented with the first classic Resident Evil puzzle, a locked door that needs a key. Finding this key and opening the door will get you a lighter, which Grace can use to navigate through the pitch black rooms of the hospital ward.
you're gonna play this for me,
this
right?
This game is dark, intentionally so. There are periods where, without the lighter, you can't see anything, which plays into what I think is one of the key mechanics in the game, light versus dark, both metaphorically and in the very real sense. Creeping around another room to find the next item, a screwdriver, I get a first look at the game's monster. Much like Resi 3's Nemesis, this creature is big, slow, and ever-present, in this section of the game at least. But unlike Nemesis, it has a serious weakness: light. Disappearing into the ceiling, you're left alone to complete the puzzle, but with the feeling that the monster could return at any time. You can even hear it from time to time stomping around the floor above. But it's the sections where it all goes quiet that the tension really ramps up, because you know it's just waiting for the right moment to burst through a door or drop down through a hole. The demo ends with Grace escaping into another part of the hospital, with the monster in hot pursuit. It's not going to be the last time we see these two running around dark corridors together, that's for sure. And it wasn't mine either. I instantly went back to play it all again in third person, an option you can choose at any point in the game by accessing the menu and changing the camera setting. I guess it just means I'll be playing the game through twice when it launches on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on February the 27th, 2026.
That was Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Up next, Nathan is going to summarise everything that you potentially missed in opening night live in just 2 minutes.
Gamescom 2025's opening night live, hosted by Sir Jeff of Keighley, kicked off with a world premiere of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, unveiling a campaign, co-op story mode and a fresh PvE endgame mode. It's slated for release on November 14th. Capcom followed with a chilling new look at Resident Evil 9 Requiem, where a phone call leads to a power cut, which leads to a robed man recreating his favourite moment from Manhunt. Oh, we're going to get demonetised. Block that. Thank you. Not long to wait until this entry launches, though. It comes out on the 27th of February next year. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, gave us another look at the revived samurai-style strategic combat, and Hollow Knight Silk Song was once again delayed. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. 2025 release date was confirmed, and we were treated to some new footage, so it's all good. Other standouts included Silent Hill F, Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2, Ghost of Yotai confirming a return of its co-op Legends multiplayer mode, and the reveal of a brand new game from the creator of Monkey Island, Death by Scrolling. Fallout Season 2 also teased its return, this time featuring New Vegas and a Deathclaw. Finally! But of course, Jeff always has one more thing up his sleeve, and this time it was a cinematic surprise in the form of a new Black Myth game to follow up 2024's Black Myth Wukong. Arguably the biggest surprise of the night, though, was LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, an evolution of the series similar to the recent Skywalker saga that features an open-world Gotham, an Arkham-style combat overhaul, and a story that's set to incorporate key moments of Batman's cinematic history. Coming in 2026, it looks set to scratch that Arkham itch that your doctor says isn't a real medical condition. Yeah, I need to play more of the LEGO game. Why don't we just cut to the chase and give you a hands-on with this bad boy? I'll pass over now to myself, live at the scene of the crime.
Oh-ho!
LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight mixes the usual LEGO chaos with mechanics clearly inspired by the Arkham games, but the aspect of the game that really shines like a bat signal in the sky is the deep love for Batman's history. So I could tell you what I thought of this game, right, but who cares? I liked it, it's really good, you should play it. How about instead I take you on a tour of some of the best Batman references I spotted? You want to get nuts?
Ooh.
Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
The first thing I got to play was a section set in the open world of Gotham City, and what a beauty it was. Billboards for action news were plastered across buildings, identical to the ones in Batman 89. You can even see Vicky Vale and Alexander Knox are set to host GBC News, so we might see some more of them in the game too. On one rooftop I stumbled across a collectible rubber duck, which I'm pretty sure is a nod to the Penguin and his duckmobile thing from Batman Returns. Speaking of Oswald Cobblepot, I also spotted a campaign poster that looked awfully similar to his Mayor Penguin posters. Then, during a street fight, I noticed posters warning of a cat burglar, hyping up Harvey Dent, promoting a quiz night hosted by everyone's least favourite trophy enthusiast, and even one poster advertising the services of a rat catcher. Yeah? Yeah, you remember that guy?
No.
Then, as the camera whipped round, I caught a quick glance at some graffiti referencing the Court of Owls, the shadowy organisation who rule Gotham from the shadows and send the undead Talons to do their
I don't
bidding.
know that much about this.
The next
universe.
part of the demo, though, saw Batman and Gordon infiltrating Ace Chemicals to shut down the Red Hood gang, who were cooking up a new toxin to terrorise Gotham with. While the Red Hood has been a staple of Batman lore for a long, long time now, the Red Hood gang as a concept, and their leader being Red Hood 1, comes directly from Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Zero Year, where the duo reimagined Batman's origin for the New 52 era. When Red Hood showed off his toxin, it was in a bottle labelled Smilex, the laugh-inducing chemical favoured by Jack Nicholson's Joker.
I would know that. I would recognize that.
What is this?
Then the demo's explosive finale leaned heavily into Batman 89, recreating several iconic lines and visuals in glorious Lego form.
Do you ever dance with the devil?
Oh my
in the
God!
pale moonlight?
But
I
my
know that
absolute
line.
favourite deep cut, well, had to be this one. I accidentally knocked a Red Hood goon into a chemical vat, and he yelled,
Oh no! It's boiling acid!
exactly like the panicked bank guard at the beginning of Batman Forever.
Oh no! It's boiling acid! Oh no! It's boiling acid!
Oh, that would make
So
me
there
want
you
to
have
watch
it,
all
a
those
deep
movies.
dive into the Easter eggs of Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark
I
Knight.
wonder how
Trust
many
me, this
Easter
game is
eggs
shaping up to be more fun than
there
a
will be.
back credit card with no spending limit. And you can enjoy it when it releases in 2026.
That was Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Up next, we are speaking to the one, the only, the legendary Randy Pitchford about Borderlands 4.
What a love letter. I know. I love it when they have stuff like that in games.
I'm Randy
There's
Pitchford.
a lot of
I'm the
care.
founder of the Gearbox Entertainment Company, and I'm working on Borderlands 4.
And love towards
Borderlands, if you
the
haven't
idea.
heard about it, is fun. It's just, we sometimes don't care about the rules. We just care about joy, entertainment, surprise, delight, and just fun. And it's a shooter looter. And it's not
Yeah,
just
what's
a
that?
shooter
Like
looter. We
Borderlands
created
2
the
or
genre. And if you don't know what that is, it's
Like
sort of a
Cold
blend
Death
between a
and
first-person
Warm
shooter
Game.
and a role-playing game, where it's fun in the moment-to-moment, aiming and dodging and shooting and
jeez.
knocking targets
Who's Randy
down. But
Pitchford?
it's also fun in the long term, collecting loot, leveling up, becoming more powerful, developing skills and capabilities, and getting to become a god in this world that we're in.
God.
So Borderlands is the king of the looter shooters, but Borderlands 4 is really
Wow.
special. Not only have we gotten really, really good at making Borderlands games because we've been doing it for so long,
I'm gonna
making this,
admit
in my
that
opinion, the
just
greatest Borderlands game we've ever made, it's also kind of fresh. It does not depend upon any prior Borderlands experience. You see Borderlands 4 and you think, do I have to catch up on the story? Absolutely not. Borderlands 4 takes place in an entirely new planet with entirely new characters. If you've played a Borderlands game, you will find the connection. You will feel familiar, you'll feel comfortable, but you'll also feel the connection with the story. But if you've never played a Borderlands game before, it's the perfect jumping off point because it is a new setting, a new storyline, and new characters. I know for a fact that whenever we've made a numbered sequel for Borderlands, we get about 30% of our players are joining us for the first time. And so we knew that going into it. So we made Borderlands 4 to be the most inviting version of a new Borderlands game for new people.
Heard you were rounding up some
I'll
vault
have to go back
hunters.
to Borderlands at some point.
Reporting
You
for
know,
duty,
maybe when I
boss.
finish my
With each
backlog.
game, we push boundaries, and we can see those times we've gone too far. Sometimes it's in a game mechanic, sometimes it's in a story decision or a tone decision. The fact that we're now in our 4th iteration means we've seen the extents, we've seen the boundaries, we've seen when we push the pendulum too far in one direction,
Yeah,
too
let's
far
do
in the
it.
other direction, and we know where the bullseye is. And that's, I think, to the benefit of all the gamers.
Although hopefully it'll be better
One of the
optimized
coolest things
than the
about
one
Borderlands
I played.
4 is I think technology, both our software technology and the hardware technology, has finally caught up to our ambition. In all of the previous Borderlands games, we've been constrained with load times. In Borderlands 4, the entire world is seamless.
Yeah, I think
There's
it
no
was a
load
memory
times.
leak in
You
the
can
one
see
that I
a
was
massive
playing.
world, and you can
I'd always
explore
had to,
that
like,
world,
restart
and you don't
stream or
have to
restart
wait.
my
With that
computer
comes all kinds
after
of
a
new
bit.
design for environments, methods of traversal for getting around these different kinds of locations. Not only does it make the game feel more
must have
natural
played the
from what
first
it
one
always
then, Big
should have
Boss.
been, it led us to evolve design in mobility. When you digistruct in one of your personal vehicles and you hop on that thing and you're hauling ass across the world for miles and miles and miles without a load time, you just feel awesome. The fact that you can
Without a
feel
load
that
time.
freedom and that joy, it's just a beautiful thing. And that's kind of what drives us. That's why we love pushing boundaries and why I'm so grateful that technology finally has caught up to the ambition of Borderlands. Borderlands 4 is launching soon on September 12th. We're coming to Xbox.
September
We're coming
12th.
to PlayStation. We're coming to Windows PC. And not long after, we're also coming to Nintendo Switch 2. It's
Switch.
very, very exciting. Jump in. Wish list now. Pre-order now. Get it. There's lots of goodies for you if you
Oh, thank you,
pre-order. So
Omega.
jump in.
You said one. I had no idea what that was referring to. I was like, wait, there's a one there. Maybe he was
Thank
referring
you very
to
much
the
to Randy Pitchford
how
for that
many
amazing
minutes I had
interview.
until
Next
ad
up,
break.
we're about to go on stage and
I
play
gotta play
Sonic
two, then.
Racing Crossworlds. Place your bets on how badly you think I'll do.
You know, I don't play racing games
So
anymore.
I'm just
I
going to say
used to
it.
play
It's time
like
we
Mario
stopped
Kart so much
pretending
when I
that
was a
Sonic
kid.
racing games aren't top-tier contenders. All-Star Racing Transformed was an utter banger, and Crossworlds really does carry over that same vibe and confident swagger. With blistering
Swagger.
visuals and a whip-like speed, Crossworlds is a blast to play, especially on a stage that is as grand as this.
Here we are on the Sonic Racing Crossworlds booth here at Gamescom, and we are about to play it live in front of this massive
they
stage.
fun?
It's going to be
Racing
absolutely
games?
epic.
I've
Who do you
enjoyed
think's going to
them.
win? It's going to be me. Got my
I'm
big
not
socks
very
on.
good,
I've got
though.
my big socks on, mate. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
Plus, the level designs are absolutely brilliant. Stages can be altered by passing through track switch portals, which can turn a race through an ancient kingdom into a scramble across pools of lava, or dragons blast you with fire. Power-ups are equally varied and feel hilarious or hilariously spiteful to use. Shredding an opponent with a buzzsaw or using a black hole to steal their coins is the type of mustache-twirling evil that even Dr. Robotnik would be proud of.
I want to thank Sega for this wonderful opportunity to play and win. It's quite nice to win.
I don't want to talk about it. Get that camera back in.
Plus, there were so many vehicles to customize and choose from, and a roster of races bigger than most fighting
What?
games. So it means that this is a content
What?
goldmine that is just waiting to be explored. And yeah, I
It
did
had
come
Yakuza
first. I
characters?
don't want to talk about it.
It had, what's his name? Oh, he didn't like that.
I'm Aaron. I work at Lunar Software, and I'm an artist and designer.
Lunar Software?
Working on a game called Routine. Routine is a 1980s vision of the future. It's a sci-fi horror game set on our moon. It's all about atmosphere, making people susceptible to any type of fear and scary thing we want to play with. And there's a lot of analog love and appreciation in it, from CRTs to just the grime of things, the weight and tactile nature
what
of
is
hardware
this?
and stuff like that. So I grew up basically next to a VHS store. As a kid, I basically had full access to horror, all the horror I want. So I was watching Alien, 2001, all that stuff, right? And the thing that really stuck with me was the tone and the atmosphere and just being lost in those worlds.
see
And
Alien 2001?
fast forward many, many years, I just really wanted to get stuck in. The moon was a very curious setting for me. I was just wanted to see what it'd be like to explore that area, as if it was, you know, a piece of media from the 80s and what they thought the future would look like.
I think this looks pretty cool.
So the player is a software engineer. They arrive on the moon base to essentially fix a anomaly with the moon base's automated security network. When they arrive, people aren't really there to greet them, and you essentially look around,
one was
explore,
Alien
and
2001?
uncover kind of like the very recent events that just happened, and try to figure out what the connection is between the issue that you've come to solve and why no one's there. You have a tool, which is a multi-purpose tool. We didn't want to create lots of different tools like weapons that had one function. It was the idea of creating a piece of hardware that felt like a piece of hardware. It would help you solve puzzles. It will help save your data as you progress, or you'd have to find in-world projections that you connect your cat to, which is what the name of the tool is called. So it's called a CAT, and it stands for Cosmonaut Assistance Tool. With that, you can connect to projectors in the world, which display your PDA. So you can see tasks, you can save your data, and so on. It can help defend
Oh, I
yourself a
see.
little
Thank
bit
you,
as well.
Burger.
So the CAT is definitely something that you have to manage. like a lot of hardware from the 80s. Things like batteries, different value depending on which function you're using. Like with the defense, will take a lot more battery, some not as much for like maybe puzzle solving. You can find batteries scattered throughout the world. As you've seen on the cat, it features a CRT. The CRT can be affected by like a magnetic field, for instance, and it will mess up the distortion and the convergence of things on the screen. So it's kind of like an environment hazard without hurting the player. The next thing I would say is the AI and how the player can kind of interact with them. So horror generally can be split in two ways. You have horror that is more focused on combat, and horror that is strictly just, there's no combat, it's more psychological. We kind of fit in the middle a little bit. Defense with the cat is kind of an option, but it won't give you a lot of power. It will help you evade, help you survive, but it's definitely not a weapon that you're going to cause destruction with, that's for sure.
So it's kind of like Alien.
Probably seen a few times in the trailer. There's a robotic
The Alien
that
game.
is the one we're very happy showing, and it's intimidating. It's got some really interesting capabilities. In the latest trailer, we essentially hint at something that may be a little bit more intimidating as the game goes on, and I won't say too much more, but it's definitely something that we're keeping a bit closer. So Routine is going to be releasing
not like you
on
can't really do
Steam
like a lot of shooty bang
all
bang.
Xbox platforms and Game Pass later this
More
year.
like sneak around and oh! Routine!
Next
Werner!
up, we are off to an
Let's play
undisclosed
that.
location to talk about the mysterious new project from Zaum Studios. That's right, it's time to talk about Zero Parades.
Brilliant.
Routine is a game for you. Just let's play that!
This is a
Can
very
I
exciting
watch?
time at our studio. We just announced Zero Parades, our new game at Opening Night Live. Zero Parades is an espionage CRPG that takes heavy inspiration from both espionage fiction and weird sci-fi.
Espionage!
So it's a highly paranoia-drenched experience where you get to experience metaphysical horror and miracles. The protagonist of Zero Parades is a spy named Herschel. Herschel, at the end of the day, is not a pleasant person to be around. She's brilliant in her own way, but also deeply flawed, deeply weird, has her strange obsessions that kind of contradict whatever it is that she needs to accomplish as a spy in theater. All of the people in her life that have placed their trust in her have been burnt painfully and traumatically, and Herschel as well. You know, she's a deeply traumatized individual. What happens if the very people that you need to pull off your mission are the ones that you betrayed so horrendously in the recent past that they're either dead or completely unwilling to even speak with you? What happens if those are the people you're gonna need? We define ourselves as a narrative-first studio. You know, we're not in the business of making platformers or action games or strategy games. It just makes sense for us to kind of put story first and do what we know. So the story comes first and foremost, and cannot wait to share the story with the players. Thank you for being curious and excited about Zero Parades. Wishlist now on Steam is what the cool kids would say, I guess.
Disco Elysium.
I, for one, cannot wait for this game to come out, and I love the fact that failure will allow me to carry forward in life rather than stopping me dead in my tracks, as it normally does. Up next, we're about to go back in time and catch up with all the things you may have missed from the Future Games show at Gamescom.
Hot on the heels of Opening Night
Yeah,
Live, the Future
Pizza
Games Show at
Bandit!
Gamescom showcase exploded onto the scene, hosted by none other than David Hayter and Maggie Robertson, perhaps better known to many as Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid and Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. And while they both looked absolutely stunning, so too did the show's first world premiere, Hell Let Loose Vietnam, which is launching in 2026. Den of Wolves, a sci-fi heist experience made by the creator of Payday and Payday 2, made an attempt to steal the show shortly after, with its incredible incredible style, impressive
they
amount
made
of prep
Payday?
work that teams can take part in, and some absolutely wild gunplay. And you can check out the full new trailer on the FGS YouTube channel. And also looking to put their money where their mouth is were the creators of Skate, who talked about the heart and soul of this outstanding return to the franchise.
We are light years ahead of where we were in the previous games, and now you can climb, and now you can swing,
only
and now you can
skateboarding game I
combine
know about
all
is
of
the Tony
these
Hawk
systems
games.
together, and the depth of the skating is better and bigger than it's ever been.
The world premiere of 1348 Ex Voto caused waves thanks to its intense action and superb voice acting, as did its now much anticipated release date of 2026. And speaking of anticipation, there's probably no hotter game on the horizon than Resident Evil Requiem. And in our interview with the team at Capcom, we got to see more of what horrors lurk in the dark for this hugely exciting mainline entry into the Resident Evil franchise, which also drops in February 2026.
待ち受けています。サバイバルホラーというゲームの性質上、
I think
グ
this
レ
will
ース
be
が
a
立ち向かうクリーチャーの正体を
pretty
こ
scary
こ
one
でお
because
話しすることはでき
like
ま
most
せんが、
Resident Evil
未知の脅威から生き残る
characters
ゲーム体験を楽しんでいただけると嬉しいです。
keep it together, for lack of a better word.
Infected.
But if she's gonna be freaking out, it's gonna be hard for me to do.
Helazos gave us more to chew on thanks to its story-focused trailer, as did People Can Fly, who dropped a new release date for their upcoming survival and crafting title Lost Rift. You too can explore the unknown on September the 25th, later this year. Clowns, Dreams and
I wanted
Guns,
to
not
play
just
that
the
one
name
with
of my
people,
new
Lost
rap
Rift.
album, but also the strange themes explored in upcoming existentialist shooter Dreams of Another. And then the oddity
Also a
ramped up
shooter.
even further with Pizza Bandit, an intense action game in which you look to
This
claim
one I think
bounties,
would be
defeat
fun.
monsters, and perfect recipes as you jump through different realities and timelines. Yes, I would like to make a strange reservation, please.
But all I ever wanted was to be a chef.
Saying that, there is one place that I don't actually fancy staying overnight, and that's the Vanderboom house shown off in Servant of the Lake, another showcase world premiere whose cutesy graphics were hiding a horror lurking within this mysterious estate. Now, when BPM Bit Crushed was shown off, I did a dance of happiness that my doctor has said never to do again. But can you blame me? The hit shooter in which you can only shoot and reload on the beat got given a new art style, added roguelike
I'm
features,
curious
and
about this
keeps the
because I
cutest
like the
mascot
rhythm games.
ever. Plus, you
I've
can use
never
your own
played.
music now. This
I've
game
never tried
is
this
not
one.
ready for my unhealthy love of grindcore. And also hitting the high notes was Hotel Barcelona, the newest project from both Suda51 and Swery, aka the minds behind Deadly
They're
Premonition
doing a
and No More
giveaway, I
Heroes.
think,
As you might
or
expect,
looking
the
for
footage was
content creators
unhinged
for this
off the
one
ball
on
and
Twitter.
immediately went straight onto my wish list. Plus, by the way, stick around because we're later chatting to the one and only Suda51.
Hoping Burner will get a key.
What the f*** are you doing? Can't you see I'm working here?
Later on in the show, making his triumphant return was Styx, who, thanks to a new gameplay trailer, showed off what this foul-mouthed goblin can really do in Styx Blades of Greed. This stealth action title with a liberal dose of magic and mind controlling is coming to consoles and PC in fall 2025. Now, if you ever wished your aerial dogfights had more literal dogs in them, then
This
you
looks
must have
just
loved seeing
like,
Wild Blue,
Star
a
Fox,
title that
but
pays
it's
homage
Wild
to the
Blue.
likes of Star Fox with a huge dose of 90s early morning TV charm. And if you wanted your bounty hunting to have more howdy partner, then you'd have been blown
Howdy.
away by Bounty Star. Here you build and maintain a mech suit in the wildest of Western settings, slinging guns and ticking off names on your revenge bucket list.
There you are. All better.
With its stunning graphics and intriguing approach to hacking and puzzle solving, Pragmata caught the world's attention when it was originally announced, so we were thrilled to chat with the team from Capcom on its development, its characters, and even a few teasers for
Pragmata.
future content.
One of the standout features of Pragmata is the combat system, in which both of our protagonists must work together. Diana can hack enemies, which opens up their armor. Hugh can then come in with his arsenal of various weapons to shoot at their now exposed weak spots.
Will they
Now,
wait
sad
while
as it
we
was to
hack
see
him?
the show come to a conclusion, there was of course one more huge reveal, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
just need to talk
Halloween!
about how amazing it was to
people
see
were
the
excited
Halloween
about this one.
franchise hit our screens in video game form.
I
The
kept
tone,
calling him
the
Jason, but his
music, the
name
fact
is
that
actually
John
Michael.
Carpenter was directly involved in its making was amazing to see, and the fact that this is both a single and multiplayer experience, well, that's
John
left us
Carpenter was
screaming for
involved in
more.
the creation
Now,
of
if you want to see every game featured on the show, you can head to the FGS Steam page, and when you do so, you can send that Add to Wishlist button into oblivion as you add all these fantastic titles to your lineup. Now back to Nathan on the Gamescom show floor, who's
Michael Myers.
What are you up to there, dude?
I'm about to head in there to get a hands-on demo with LEGO Voyagers and have a chat with the team behind it. So I tell you what, why don't you come with me?
Hi, my name is Carsten Lund. I'm working on LEGO Voyagers at Lightbrick Studios. I was the creative director on the projects. We're here at Gamescom, hanging out and showing it to the audience.
I want to go to Gamescom. It's okay. I'm gonna go to Tokyo Game Show. I won't be able to.
So if you haven't heard about LEGO Voyagers, it's a co-op game.
There,
it's a puzzle platformer, and it's about being a LEGO brick, which means that you get to play as a brick, tumble around in the environment, connect to studs wherever they're available, picking up other bricks and building with the bricks. So it's a very unique take on how you play with LEGO actually in a digital sense. So getting this close to launch is super exciting. I'm so glad to have the audience actually try and play this game, and watching them having fun, laughing and stuff is just it's just a great feeling. We can't wait to show it to everyone and get it out there in the wild. What we are showing at this Gamescom for players is the introduction to the game and the sort of tutorials and stuff, and I can't wait to get them to actually play further in where we start twisting the gameplay a little bit and give more interesting puzzles and stuff, and the narrative as well, right? There's gonna be a story about these two friends. They're just bricks hanging out, you know, and having fun and being friends, and they really want to become astronauts, which a lot of bricks actually dream about being astronauts. Yeah, so if you love playing co-op games with a friend or with a parent or with a child, this game is totally for you. And if you love playing with bricks, just like you remember it as a kid, on the floor, placing them, this game is definitely also
you know, I still have a Lego set.
So LEGO Voyagers coming out September 15th on all consoles and PC.
September 15th!
And if you have a friend and you already bought the game, the friend can download the Friends Pass, so you get to play with only one copy. So go and wishlist now. I can't wait for you guys to play.
Okay, I do want to play this one.
Thank you very much to the developers over at LEGO Voyagers for that lovely chat. Up next, Amy has played Hollow Knight Silksong, and she is absolutely positively desperate to tell you everything about it.
Oh boy, guys!
I'm acutely aware that a lot of people would sell their nan to play Hollow Knight Silksong, and so I've memorised every microscopic inch of what I played at the Xbox booth to spill the tea, or rather the juicy bug guts on what you can expect. First of all, we don't have exact B-roll for the demo I played, so everything you're seeing here is a combination of existing footage designed to illustrate my experience as accurately as we can. The demo was divided into two sections. The first was the Moss Grotto, a presumably early game location filled with lush vegetation and creeping vines that felt similar in vibe to Green Path in the original game. The enemies I found here were mostly crawling grubs and flying insects that aggressively descended on me like ballsy wasps at a picnic. The first boss I discovered, the Moss Mother, was a slightly larger version of these airborne pests and didn't give me too much trouble at all. At this early juncture, the platforming trials are also welcomingly simple, but one thing I did notice when leaping about is how much more agile Hornet feels in comparison to the Knight. She can grab onto ledges too, which feels like an inverted trustful because your brain wants to be like, I can't make that jump. You can, bro. She's got this. Her bind ability uses her threads to heal, and it charges with hits similarly to the first game. In terms of combat, she's equally as nimble, and you can get those needle attacks in there with absolute precision. Sticking them with the pointy end has never felt so graceful, like it's all one big sharp ballet. And if you played the original, you'll remember that Hornet is a pretty tough boss fight, so it does feel oddly empowering to be stepping into the tiny wee boots of something that previously handed your ass to you. My confidence didn't fare as well in the second area though, the deep docks. This is a kind of steampunky, giant mechanical furnace that you descend into, smashing switches, finding keys to release the mechanisms and gates, and getting totally lost in true Metroidvania fashion. Where is the flippin' cartographer? I met the Forge daughter, whose name implies she might be able to do some weapon upgrades later in the game. The enemies here were better armoured and required a little more thought to dispatch. And at one point I got locked in a frightening liminal space with a barrage of them appearing in waves. And then I encountered Lace.
This is going to be really hard, Tom. I can feel it.
Suddenly, Hornet didn't feel quite as OP, and you're suddenly reminded that the game is in charge here, not you. Lace was lightning fast, with one particular combo that felt like a 2D version of Melania's dreaded waterfowl dance from Elden Ring. I had a couple of goes and felt like I'd bench pressed enough muscle memory to definitely have her on my third go, but, you know, there were a lot of people queuing, and I didn't want to be that guy. You know, you can't hog the most wishlisted game on Steam right now, can you? That's a proper jerk move. I'm just being considerate, yeah. Anyway, Team Cherry's engrossing Metroidvania experience has got its little insectoid pincers in me once again, and I can't wait to dive back in.
That was Silksong, and obviously it looks utterly amazing, and you don't even have to wait that long to play it for yourselves because it's out in just 2 weeks. Up next, we're going over to Active Matter to get the lowdown on this upcoming first-person shooter.
What's this one? Is this the...
Hi everyone, my name is Sebastian Thomas, and I'm one of the lead community managers of Active Matter.
Oh, Active Matter.
Picture this. You're a lone operative sifting through the ruins of a world that was shattered by a quantum catastrophe. Mind-bending anomalies will twist gravity and space topology right before your very eyes. Dozens of players equipped with authentic modern weapons and military gear will clash over the sources of the substance that is known as active matter. The creatures you'll face have also been utterly consumed by the same substance. They can now dash, they can explode, they can fly, they can crawl, they can do all sorts of things, even wait for your lapse in judgment by standing still. Even your fellow operatives, though, aren't safe, because overexposure to that same substance can turn them into the very monsters that you're hunting. Active matter is set in a world that bends the laws of physics, but maintains the laws of ballistics. You'll wield real-world weapons, tactics, and gear, but apply them in places where gravity flips sideways, where bushes don't always stay still, and where enemies from other timelines will lurk inside the abandoned secret laboratories you'll find in your raids. My favorite part about active matter would have to be the ability to hard flank the enemy. And I'm not just talking about ordinary, typical, or standard flanking as you might expect. No. I'm talking about using strategies you simply don't see in other games. A new definition of flanking is created by active matter. No, the enemies are not just around the corner or popping out from behind you as standard flanking might imply. They're clutching on the side of the wall like a spider, or upside down on the ceiling, or tilted at some crazy 45-degree angle to get the perfect, but normally impossible, sightline on you. Experiments with the gravity anomalies, portals, and so much more you'll find to get to these hard-to-reach areas like the underside of a damn floating cargo ship. You can make it so you have a shot anywhere they try to hide, and they would never see it coming. It's multi-dimensional combat at its finest.
Oh man,
Active Matter is set in a shattered multiverse where different timelines and parallel worlds are actually a core part of the gameplay and the story. You'll see exactly what I mean when you try out the game for yourself. Go it alone or squad up. Play PvP, PvE, or even PvPvE game modes. Active Matter is a hardcore military shooter designed to challenge you, and also leave you craving a lot more, as it has done with me. Active Matter is already available for pre-order on PC for the closed version, which will be released on September 9th. This closed version is only available via the Games store,
I don't know,
but the Steam and console versions of the game will arrive in 2026. You can add the game to your Steam wishlist and wait, or purchase one of the editions and play earlier via the Games store.
Last of Us Jumbos. They just
Look, I can't
grabbed
lie to you,
everything
being
and threw it at
Gamescom
you.
is maybe the highlight of my life. Even better than that time I won the Nobel Peace Prize. But I want you to feel like you've been to Gamescom, but without all the bad stuff, you know, without the feeling of shame and paying $6 for a Diet Coke. I just want you to experience the best of the best. So that's what this is. I, Nathan Byrne, your humble presenter, have gone around all of Gamescom slapping stickers on the stuff that is the best. This is the best
One
of
of
the
these
best
days,
of Gamescom.
this will be me. I'll be a presenter slapping stickers on everything.
For one of the best things. Okay.
Oh!
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are welcome. No worries. Right here, Josh. Get in on the head. And I'd love to give the Baby Yoda one.
Hey.
Can't put it on the armor because it will take the paint off. So you're just holding it. Thanks so much.
How many people do you think kept the stickers and how many do you think threw them away the second you
Oh, I think everyone immediately threw them away.
Best nose. SpongeBob! Best NPC in a poster. Really? Really?
Best of. Well done, Batman.
Isn't everybody gonna be like, get that sticker off of my poster? How dare you put stickers?
The most realistically rendered nose I've ever seen, so I give that best of.
Best MGS remake.
What a game. What a game. Can't be Metal Gear Solid 3.
Are you excited for that, Big Boss?
Do you hear me, Snake?
Ew, the eyeball!
You come to Gamescom, you want to see a piece of machinery that can plough a field in 0 to 60 seconds.
Jeffrey's gonna yell at me to play MGS again. I gotta play it. Best Big Worm. You guys played Dune yet?
I'm gonna give all of these to Batman. No, I've given all of them to Batman, Josh. Look, did you watch Jeff's show? Batman was amazing. It was easily the best thing in the show. You can't stop. I'm gonna give all of them to the big Batman because Batman. For some reason, SpongeBob's nose doesn't have the award on it anymore, so we're going back in. His nose. Boom, best nose.
Yeah,
best nose at Gamescom.
probably somebody was like,
done, SpongeBob.
why the heck is there a sticker on my exhibit? I want a hot dog now. Willie, Johnny! I'm not being paid enough. Hey!
Great job. Best of Gamescom. Best face hugger of Gamescom. Well done.
The heck?
Okay, so to give you a bit of context here, myself and
Stranger Things
Josh from the
Haunted House
FGS
experience.
team queued for roughly 10 minutes to get into this Stranger Things haunted house experience. So we get in and it's spooky and there's a big demogorgon and then... That?
Cute 10 minutes. We're like...
Best carriage of Gamescom. Yeah, this on there. Best of.
Yes.
So
Great,
everyone
Big
knows.
Boss.
Everyone knows. Best of Gamescom. Servant of the Light. Look at this. Thank you
look
so
at
much.
this. I wonder if TGS
This
is
is
gonna be
actually
like
how I'm
this.
getting home.
Bit
They
Summit was
send
a
me
lot
back
of
to
fun, but I
Scotland in
mean,
this,
it was
so-
it's a small indie convention.
Do we press go? How do we move this?
I think I'm gonna be
I
overwhelmed
need to
at
get,
TGS.
I've got to get back to Scotland like ASAP.
going by
I've got
myself.
a dentist appointment, so if we could get moving, that would be
I'm
great.
gonna get lost,
There you
guys.
have it, the best of Gamescom. So hopefully you feel like you've been now and you didn't even have to wait
Batman
20
hat.
minutes to use a toilet. Lucky you. Next up, we've got something very special, an interview with the team behind Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Enjoy
Is
that.
that new? Is this new?
Do my eyes deceive me? My name is
I have to
Maihiro,
play
and I am the director on the Evilist
Tactics.
Chronicles. And then this is Yokoyama-san. She is the co-director of the title. So in the original version, there was a coaching element. So when I played the original version and I experimented with coaching, I felt it was kind of a bit of a hard to understand mechanic. And so after playing through it and feeling this way, I talked to Maihiro here about that, and I mentioned that to him, and he said, well, why don't you just adjust the feature so it's easier for you to understand? So I went ahead and I put a lot of work into fine-tuning this and making it something that is probably more easy to understand overall.
What
do you think makes you so special? Birth, blood. We fight to end the aristocracy, not to become it.
So we've done quite a
I've
bit
been
of
told I need to
fine-tuning
play
to the different
tactics.
stats of the characters. And of course, from the original version, we had Final Fantasy VII's Cloud appear as a guest character, and he will be making his return as well.
Cloud!
And some people might remember that Cloud was a little hard to use and utilize within your party, but we have made some different tweaks that do improve upon that. And in order to use his special limit abilities, you needed a specific sword. But luckily for the Evilist Chronicles, when Cloud joins your party, he already has the sword. So I hope that everyone will play and go and discover what is where the original sword was.
Huh. I do
There is
want
a
to play
dangerous
that.
individual aboard.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
I have to stop him first.
Star Trek Infection is not just a VR game, but it's also something we haven't really seen before. A survival
Infection?
horror set in the Star Trek universe.
Survival
play as a
horror
Vulcan
in
Starfleet
VR?
officer
There's no
sent on a
way!
mission aboard the USS Lunar, but something has gone horribly wrong. There's no crew in sight and an unknown entity has infested the ship. Now it's inside your body, physically mutating you and unlocking dangerous new abilities at the cost of your sanity.
Starfleet intelligence was right. There's a traitor on board. Maybe there's still a chance to save this ship.
To be fair though, I mean, if I could shoot tendrils out of my hands and zip about like an intergalactic Spider-Man, I'd happily trade my sanity. It wasn't really doing anything for me anyway. There's a whole load of stuff here that Star Trek fans are going to love. You can Vulcan nerve pinch your enemies like an evil
Vulcan
masseuse
nerve
and set your phasers to stun or kill, whichever takes your fancy. Star Trek Infection is coming to Quest 3 later this year, with a Steam version to follow soon after. So if you've always dreamed of combining horror, VR and Star Trek, then you can make it so. Did that reference make sense?
I'm intrigued because I'm
hope that made
definitely more of a
sense.
Star
Up next,
Trek,
we're
a
going to speak to
Trekkie than
developers over
a fan
at
of Star
Reanimal
Wars,
about
but,
their visceral-looking title.
Reanimal! Okay.
I'm Dave Mervick, I'm the narrative director at Sarsha Studios. We're here at Gamescom showing off our demo for Reanimal. Reanimal is about a group of 5 orphans, and you play as 2 of them, these siblings, whose job it is really to get around by boat and on land from the different areas
Little Nightmares,
of what was
but,
once
like,
a nice
co-op.
place. Tracking down your old friends, rescuing them, and obviously
More of a Trekkie than
avoiding
Star Wars.
the unpleasantries along the way.
Just because I grew up with the next generation, because my dad was a fan.
At the core of this whole world, and during their backstory, is a violence, and violence really is seeping through the pores of this game, in the music, in the way that we illustrate the world, and in things the kids face. And bit by bit, as you rescue each of your friends, you build up a picture of what it is that's gone on between these kids and why they need to get back together again.
This does look a lot like Little Nightmares, but
These children are actually older than the characters that in our previous games, in Little Nightmares, for example.
Oh, okay.
But there's a
Same
balance that we
developers,
like,
huh?
because we like to create these quite unpleasant worlds, and Reanimal is a much darker tale. But when you drop kids into the centre of this, into a world that doesn't like them very much, there's a nice kind of juxtaposition there. When you've got these kids facing darker themes, then maybe that pushes it a bit too hard, but now we've got multiplayer, then that brings the needle back to that sweet spot that we like to strike without being too charming this time around.
oh, geez, Scoob.
What we've got in the Gamescom demo is from a very early part of the game. It's not from the very beginning, but you've just landed your boat on the shore of this first main location outside a big industrial mill, and your job really is to go towards the danger and try and find your friend, and then make it out past the first main monster of this area that you encounter, called Sniffer.
Oh, God.
Reanimal for us is the next evolution of our studio. We want people to recognise, what the kind of games that we like to make. We're trying new things, that we're bringing them a darker world that they get to play together at last. The camera
I do
as
like
well.
how it
We've
looks.
done so much work on the camera so that players feel scared together. It's been one of our guiding lights since the very beginning of the project. The Gamescom demo and the full game of Reanimal is fully playable in single player, couch co-op and online co-op. Reanimal's coming Q1 2026 to PC,
No, I wanna play with
PlayStation
somebody.
5, Xbox and Switch 2, so wish list now.
Reanimal! Let's do it! Reanimal! I would be so scared! I'm writing it down now.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, my friends. Yes, yes, yes. It's time.
Now, I've
He's on
been
his
banging
knees.
on for years about how much I love the escalators here at Gamescom. No, you have weird hobbies. In fact, I love them so much that I have wrangled together a ton of developers to take part in an interview with a twist. And that twist is that you only have the time it takes to ride one of these escalators here at Gamescom 2025 to tell me everything about your game. game. This is Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Luigi, who's going to tell you
Oh,
everything you need to
jeez.
know about By Sweet Carol. Let's go.
So, By Sweet Carol is a 2D animated game, completely made by hand, and the game is about Lana Benton looking for her best friend
I like
Carol
this.
and
like
discovering
the
what
art
happened to her.
style.
But in the meantime,
by
Mr.
hand.
Kin, the villain of the story, is gonna chase her and hunt her down.
Okay, it's
So
like
it's up
old
to the player
Disney.
to discover what happened.
And when is it
Ooh.
out?
Soon.
Oh, that's been Escalator Pitch.
Soon, he says. Cover
Sarah's
night.
going to tell you everything you need to know about Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Let's go.
So, have you ever wanted to kill Harry Kim?
Yes.
Now's your
What?
chance. So, in our
What?
game, you can slip into the role of Catherine Janeway
Okay.
and manage
Janeway,
Voyager and its
Captain
crew
Janeway.
yourself. And you can make different decisions than she make back then.
So you can reshape the story of Voyager.
Yes, you can.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it will be out on console and PC soon.
Big Boss!
Wish list it now.
I'm here with
That's a
Saffron, who's going to
fun-
tell you
that's a
everything
fun
you need to know
concept.
about Cappy Castaway.
Cappy Castaway is an adorable
Aw, this was
capybara
cute
adventure
looking.
game where you play as a capybara and a crow that have been washed away to a mysterious island after a flood. There are lots of mysterious animals that you can meet, and you can make soup in our new demo. You can wish this right now on Steam, and
Thanks,
it's coming out in
Savannah.
2026.
I hope you won't mind me saying, that sounds super. But that has also been Escalator Pitch.
Super.
Yes, I said I'm here with David, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Silica. Let's go.
I think it does.
Silica is a sci-fi game where we are combining two genres together, real-time strategy and first-person action shooter.
It might be like,
you fight over the planet of Baltarus against aliens or against humans if you are an alien.
Ooh, amazing stuff. And when can people expect to play it?
Well, they can already play it. It's out in early access and you can check it out on Steam.
Silica.
Perfect. That's been Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Thibaut, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Eversiege. Let's go.
So in Eversiege you play this badass armor to liberate Bastion, and for that we mix together well-known genres, the level action of MOBA, the management of RTS,
Getting a little
and the
overwhelmed. There's
reliability
too
of
many
robots.
games.
That sounds amazing. And when can people get their hands on it?
We should be in early access end of this year.
Amazing stuff. That has been Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Luke, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about World of Tanks Heat. Let's go,
World
baby.
of Tanks.
World of
My
Tanks
friend would
Heat
love
is
this.
hero shooter meets tank action. You select your agent, customize your tank, and then take it into fast-paced 10v10 battles in familiar game modes like Domination, Conquest, or Kill Confirmed. Wish this us now and get ready for a World of Tanks you've never seen before.
That sounds amazing, and that, my friends, has been Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Luca, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Bloodgrounds. Let's go.
Bloodgrounds is a gladiator turn-based tactical game. It has city management and team management. It's based on the Heroes of Might and Magic and all the great strategy games.
Bloodgrounds.
Yeah, it's set in a Roman Empire with a fantasy twist, and please play the demo and wishlist. Yeah.
He's running out of time.
This year, that was Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Mac, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Last Flag.
Not
Let's
yet,
go.
Verho. No.
Last Flag is the first ever real capture the flag shooter where you
thought
can
this
hide the
was
flag anywhere on the map
interesting.
with your
Bernard
team of 5,
seem
find
like-
the enemy flag,
Bernard said it
bring it
didn't
back
look
to your home
interesting
base,
to him.
defend it for 1 minute to win it.
But I thought this
all
was
while
cool
capturing
looking.
radar towers to help you by eliminating search areas on the map.
Amazing.
And you can play it
I like the
free
idea of,
next
like,
week
hiding your
on
own,
Steam. Last Flag.
your own
That's
flag.
been Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Eric, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Coins, Crowns, and Cabal. Let's go.
I'm Eric from Magni Games. We're making Coins, Crown, and Cabal. It's an economic, political, and trading online simulation, and you
Hey,
take on the
it's a
role
little-
of a
it's
simple
a little
merchant
game.
as you turn a rundown settlement into
I
a
think.
thriving medieval empire.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And when is the game out?
It's out next year, and put it on your wish list.
Amazing stuff. That has been Escalator Pitch. I'm here with Kurt, who's going to tell you everything you need to know about Stormforged. Go!
So, Stormforged is an open-world survival crafting game, and you can imagine it as basically take some
Survival
French graphic
crafting.
novel, take some anime like Miyazaki, put that
Oh.
together with magical storms that are based on
Another
real-world
world game.
tornadoes, just ripping stuff up, throwing it around, and then mix that together and make it really, really easy to mod.
Ooh, and when's Stormforged coming out?
Really
It's
easy
coming
to
out
mod,
in early
they said.
2026.
And that was Escalator Pitch.
What's up, everyone? I'm Raphael.
This is Andrea.
And we're here to tell you all you need to know about
And he
9
likes
things.
the-
A game
the
where you
base
have
builder,
9
the
tiles,
city builders, all
99
those
cards.
kind of things.
999 troops.
9,999 ways to break the game.
And if you buy the game right now, you can help us get to 999,999 copies. If you do that today, we're going to be eternally grateful. Please take a shot.
Guys, I told you. As good as your game is, you can't steal my microphones.
I'm very sorry.
And that was Escalator Pitch.
What?
Oh, my kingdom for a set of motorised mechanical stairs. One day, my sweet. Well, while I ride this beauty up to heaven itself, why don't you check out this developer interview with the makers of Anno 117, Pax Romana.
Hey, Will was playing the old one
my
of
name
this
is Stefan
one.
Jankowski. I'm the executive producer
This
of
game
Anno
looks
117
really
Pax
pretty, I
Romana
have to say.
that we are demoing here at Gamescom. Anno is a franchise that has been running more than 25 years. We are the premier strategy builder game. So it's a game where basically you are developing your city, your empire, your network of connections and tradings, and to become the most impressive empire inside of the world. And with Anno 117 Pax Romana, we are visiting for the first time ancient Rome. Players seems to love it so far. We are super happy. It's a wonderful experience. That's the moment where you connect with your players. And this, as a game maker, this is something that you want to live.
Development group
So in
like
Anno 117 Pax Romana, for the first time in the series, you will be able to choose the province where you start. So the starting points can be very different. You can start in Latium, so a place inspired by ancient Rome. You can think about a lavender field and a very nice area, something lovely. Or you can go to something a bit more hard, like the Celtic worlds called Albion. So you can imagine very mystic, rainy. So it's going to be a very different mood. And you will start from the get-go where you want to start your province. Also, for the first time, we're going to be releasing on console at launch. So you're going to be on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
At launch.
So it's going to be something also fresh
Jordan.
for newcomers. So what we are bringing here at Gamescom for the first time is Albion. That's the new part of the world inside of Anno 117 Pax Romana, inspired by the Celtic world. So you can imagine this misty, very rainy area where you will discover this new province, their inhabitants and their culture, everything that is unique to them, and how you will have to expand your power inside of that region. It's going to be up to you as a governor to see how to develop the Roman Empire in this crazy alien world. So we are super excited to be at Gamescom and for the players to play the game for the first time, but we know not everybody can come to the Gamescom event, so we have a little surprise for them. Starting September the 2nd, on PC, you will be able to download the demo and play for the comfort of your home. It's going to be a limited time demo, so don't wait too long for that. And you will be able to discover our new world for Anno. Anno 117 Pax Romana is releasing on November the 13th this year, 2025, on PC, PS5, and Xbox. You can also wishlist, of course. You can pre-order. It's even better for us, of course. But don't wait because it's going to come very soon. And we are super eager to see you in the game.
I bet you that game would make my PC chug.
Just look at this booth, and a huge thank you to the developers of Anno 117 Pax Romana for that wonderful interview. Up next, I had some hands-on time with Cinder City, and here are my thoughts.
So we managed to play a new game called Cinder City, which you might have seen under the previous game name of Project LLL. It's an MMO tactical shooter where post-apocalyptic Seoul is crawling with zombies and mechs. It's kind of like Call of Duty Zombies meets The Division. You're a father on a mission to find your daughter, and you can do this alone and go full Metal Gear Dad by slapping on a camo suit, turning invisible and sneaking past enemies like the world's most heavily armed chameleon, or you can squad up with up to 3 other players who will definitely not run straight into enemy fire while you're stealthing. So if that fails, then why not hijack a mech? Because, nothing says parental determination like stealing a walking tank or shooting rocket launchers from a bloody helicopter. And this world isn't just pretty, it is reactive. Procedurally generated content changes based on your situation, meaning no 2 firefights play out exactly the same. And while there are nicely designed zombies to fight, who, by the way, make the most unnerving sounds, there is also whatever the fresh hell this thing is. I don't know its name, I don't want to know its name, but it's giving off big Rat King vibes from The Last of Us, so I'm just going to call him Arm King. Oh, and one last thing to remember, young Padawan, while you can pilot the mechs, there's always going to be a bigger mech. Cinder City drops in 2026 for PC and console, so get ready to save your daughter, save the world, and possibly punch a mech right in the face.
If that wasn't enough action for you, we've got a developer interview with the minds behind Phantom Blade Zero.
Oh, this was
Phantom Blade Zero is an action RPG, something in between a Souls game
I know,
and
there's
Baldur's
so many
Gate
games.
or Witcher. But
My
it's
list
like
is
a playable
so
kung fu
long.
movie, so all the movements are motion captured by real kung fu masters. So it's a fantasy world, but it's
Yeah, they
not
talked
like
about this
an
during
average
Future
Souls
Game
game.
Show.
Many people were
did
mistaken
mocap from
us
people who
for
were
a Souls
real,
game, but
martial
we had
artists.
very clear narrative and very clear navigation on the map. But it's not linear. It's semi-open. The
the
smaller
horsey!
scale ARPG. Like one is a Souls game, the other is the hack and slash Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden game, but with very high speed, fast paced combat, because we all love different ways to fight and different slower or faster. Just like you play in Call of Duty or Battlefield, there are tons of guns you can choose from, right? So you can feel different range and different fighting style with different guns. So that we call it like gun porn or something. Yeah, we would call our game blade porn. We have 30 main weapons and more than 20 secondary weapons. You can pick 2 primary weapons and 2 secondary weapons.
And
so
now he's calling
all
this
this 4
blade
combined
porn?
together
Did
to
I hear
build
that
a
correctly?
set. Soft snake sword is my current favorite. In the surface,
Soft
you feel
snake sword?
this is not a very powerful weapon because compared to those huge blades, but actually it's the hardest. Yeah, if you use it in the right way, and it's very elegant.
It looks really cool, the snake sword. Oh!
We guide people to explore the map by story. Story is always most important. There are many accessible ways to navigate people around the map. But nowadays, because Souls genre is very influential, it's super complicated, no directions and everything, we even have a hand-drawn map that will guide you to the next boss. Because our point is to tell a story, to build an original world. We don't have like quests like help the old nannies to find a cat
They'll
or
tell me what to do.
unclog the toilet or something like that. Because sometimes we feel modern games, if you pack the game with side quests, maybe 80% of the quests are not something this hero should do.
I was myself, and claiming long before I transform into one of those things.
There will be some challenge modes. You can fight the boss you have already defeated, but you can also forbid some of your weapons, ban some of your gears, and ban some of your accessories. The best scenario will be with only one sword to fight the boss.
Challenge!
Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero is a new game you'll never see before. So you're welcome to follow our social medias like X, TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube. First day will be on Steam,
but I don't think
Epic
I'll
Game,
play this one.
and
It's not-
PlayStation 5 and 5 Pro. In a normal PlayStation 5, we are targeting 2K on 60 FPS. And for those who has a great PC, and also for PlayStation 5 Pro, we have some advanced graphic effect. So stay
I only have a
tuned to our
regular
game
PS5,
and
but
keep your
that's
eye on
fine.
us. We will announce the releasing date this year within 2025.
That was Phantom Blade Zero. Up next, we're off to the wild world of PVKK, where the devs have something very special to show us.
PVKK.
Imagine for a second that they made a glossy, high-budget Space Invaders remake, and instead of fighting back alien hordes with one
Space
button that goes
Invaders?
pew pew pew, you instead had all of these buttons. This is PVKK, where you manually control a massive cannon to fend off an ongoing interplanetary invasion. So it's up to you to manage energy generators, scan the skies for
heck?
alien vessels, calculate fire trajectories, and then execute precise firing procedures to shoot your enemies out of the sky and keep planet Earth safe and sound. But between the invasions, you of course need to find some time to explore your bunker for secrets and maybe even have a cup of tea. It's called self-care, guys. Try it sometime. Now, in the version you play, those will all be virtual buttons and levers, but because I'm a certified pro gamer who owns 3 copies of Get-A-Roo Man, I got to play the PVKK demo on this. A real-life recreation of the missile control disc that I could touch with every single one of my disgusting digits. What a demo it was, though. There's genuinely nothing better than a big mad game with a big mad controller made specifically for that big mad game. I was spinning steering wheels, cranking levers, flipping switches, and smashing that launch control harder than a YouTube like button. And I don't want to brag and say that I was like the best at it or amazing or anything, but I did get a literal medal at the end of the demo, which,
I want a medal.
you know, I feel speaks for itself.
I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank my man here. Thanks so much.
Now, there's no denying that the version of PVKK you play at home is going to be very different to the experience I had, but I've got no doubt that that core gameplay loop of targeting, calibrating, and then shooting your enemies out of the sky is going to be just as addictive as the time I spent with it here at Gamescom. No release date for PVKK yet, but it'll be coming soon to Steam, so keep an eye on your radar and be ready to shoot this one out of the sky. And by shoot it out of the sky, I mean...
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
Obviously.
I know you know I'm bad at aiming. I'm doing my best.
Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
I am here with the marvellous Rosie Caddick from PlayStation Access. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. We've both played Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater today. What are your thoughts? Because full disclosure, I've never played the original. Never played the OG. I know.
Oh, I loved it. Like literally, as soon as I went in there, seeing all of like the graphics being like updated.
Oh my god, the graphics.
Yeah,
you could see the fibers on clothing.
I couldn't stop looking at when he put like his camouflage makeup on his face.
Yes.
I couldn't stop looking at the makeup on his face.
The texture of it.
Like crackled and stuff a little bit.
Wild.
As you know, makeup or mud, I don't really know how it works.
They're crazy.
Speak.
One thing I was really excited also to see was how they were going to do the new codec calls. And of course with the new character models, I thought it looked really great. You can like flick between perspectives of the characters. Like, you know, when they start off with their face like forward but slightly looking down, and then they can have like to the side.
Side profile.
So literally, every time a new character popped up, I of course went through. I kind of reached a point.
Mugshot.
Yeah. Did you hold R1 to see the first person perspective in cutscenes?
Did. Yes, I did. Is that new?
No, so that is original as well.
Oh, nice.
So
cool.
already, it's kind of like a bit of an iconic thing that when you see it, you're like, oh, like always look in the corner just to see like what the first person perspective looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it did pop up again, of course, I was like, oh, it's back, I've got to see what it looks like in these new updated graphics.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
I died a fair bit going in. I was messing around with all kinds of stuff. I got killed by a crocodile a few times, or like an alligator in the mud bit, because you have to like wade your way through.
It can be violent.
I did think I could stab it with a knife, which is kind of on me.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, because they were on about how you should make sure that you feed yourself, right? Otherwise your stamina's going to go down, and you've got to have wildlife. And I was like,
you know, there's like snakes.
There's wildlife. There is, yeah, because he is a snake eater.
I love it's like, oh, snake in the grass or crocodile in the mud.
Imagine the meat. Imagine the meat on it. That was what I was thinking. That's going to keep me fed for days.
I really liked how the camouflage bar is now at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Which
I wonder why that changed.
Yeah, so literally, usually it used to be on the top right, but I just saw it pop up in like the center middle of the gameplay, and I was like, oh. But it's kind of like worked for me because since you're running around, Snake is in the middle pretty much of the screen, so it's like kind of all in one nice compact space.
Yeah, subtle UI updates, brilliantly big
isn't
graphic
that a
update.
good thing, though,
but more importantly, just it feels like it's an iconic game that hasn't lost that iconic flavor and that silliness. So yeah, this is a perspective from someone who's pretty much a noob and someone who's played the OG. So what more could you ask for? Thank you so much, Rosie, for joining me today on the Future Game Show. It's lovely to see you as always.
Yeah, I've had a lovely
People do that too.
I'll
play it as a noob. You play it as the
Up next, we're grinding, sliding, and choosing a path of
Hey,
violence
Densha
because
Attack
this
Burner!
is Densha
he's
Attack.
doing his collab. Burner was really excited about this one.
I'm Ansel Beltran. I'm the producer and tech designer for Undercoders, and we are showing Dance Attack here at Gamescom. Dance Attack, in a nutshell, is Tony Hawk but with Japanese trains. So you can imagine driving a train, doing these crazy tricks in a Jet Set Radio style art.
It's a future version of Japan where there's been a climate disaster and everyone has to live now in these dome cities where air is purified. So basically all the rich people got there, but the rest got left behind outside these dome cities. All the infrastructure of the train railways have been abandoned, so some gangs have taken over them and invented this crazy sport called Dance Attack.
What even? How?
In the story, you drive through Japan meeting all these gangs in a shonen-style adventure. There are some friends, some rivalries, a bit of both with the same characters and stuff like that.
I like the
Your
art
main
style,
objective at the
for sure.
beginning is trying to beat the fastest train in existence, but from there are some nice surprises.
Mech? Transformers?
So for the core gameplay, we have two layers. The first layer is just the basic driving, as we call it. So you have to move with your train through Japan, going as fast as possible and get it to the end station on time. And on top of that, we have all these stylish layers. So you have to make tricks. Some of them are based on extreme sports games like kick flips, wall rides, greens, and all that. And then you have some more unique train tricks,
Who comes
such
up
as
with concepts like this?
double-drifting, rail switching, also crazy stuff you've seen in the trailer, like driving a Ferris wheel.
What?
So the reference, of course, in terms of gameplay, there's Tony Hawk, Jet Set Radio, and those are the games that, for us, define how a trick-based game has to be. It's also Hi-Fi Rush, Persona 5, and outside games, we also took inspiration from anime, of course, manga like Initial D. Yeah, and also even for the music, we think it's something really important, and we are super happy to be working with T. Lopez for that.
Jet Set Radio? I've never played Jet Set Radio.
So the game is basically a single-player experience. I think what we tried with Dance Attack since the beginning is to keep that surprise factor. When you first see a train tweaking and jumping and doing all this crazy stuff, but we really wanted these surprises to keep coming, so each level has to feel fresh and surprising. So you start with that train doing tricks, but then you get the Ferris wheel, you get the boss fights that you can see in the trailer, and we just want all this adventure to always keep being as fresh as possible. Dance Attack is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC next year, 2026. And if you enjoyed the trailer and the game, please visit it.
Up next, it is time to rock and roll all over the forces and faces of evil, because now it's time for Majam.
Majam? Cute.
Coming up next, we're about to take on the forces of the sludge god themselves. Awesome name, by the way, because this is a developer interview with the minds behind John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Toxic Commando.
My name is Tim Willits. I am the Chief Creative Officer at Saber Interactive. Toxic Commando is a 4-player co-op game where you are part of a squad and you fight thousands and thousands of infected in this containment zone. We quickly realized that a lot of the ideas and the design was inspired by the iconic movies of Carpenter. So we reached out to him. He was super awesome.
Toxic
He's
Avenger.
given feedback
sorry.
on story
Okay,
and plot.
okay.
We have
I was getting
cool,
confused between
kick-ass
Toxic
John
Avenger and
Carpenter
Toxic
music.
Commander.
He's led us to this personality and this uniqueness and this flavor and vibe that the game has. From the main menu to the story to the action, it has that Carpenter style to it. It was very very inspirational. If you are a Carpenter fan, look for things that
That's
may
enough.
represent those movies. When you see things, you're like, oh, that's in that movie, or oh, that's in that movie. Just keep your eyes open. Before playing Toxic Commando, you gotta watch 4 movies. You gotta watch Escape from New York, The Thing, the original Halloween, and Big Trouble in Little China. You'll get the horror, you'll get the action, and you'll get the over-the-top.
It'll reference those?
half-asses it this time.
I gotta watch like 2 out of the 4. Big Trouble in Little China. I watched it again as an adult, and
with your gaming buddies, bring up the
that
menu,
movie
look around for
is
some spare parts
ridiculous.
to arm your turrets and your defenses, and make sure you're geared up before you have to fight thousands of infected.
So, movie marathon guys in Discord.
If you've loved playing World War Z and Space Marine 2, along with games like Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood, then Toxic Commando is the game for you. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando will launch early 26. It'll be on all your favorite platforms, PC, Xbox,
It is
and
so
PlayStation.
goofy.
And we have
I thought it was the
cross-play,
best
so
movie
you can play
when I
with your
was a
friends
kid.
on whatever platforms they like.
And I mean, it's not, I still enjoy it, but
Thank you
I
very
don't-
much to the devs over at John Carpenter's Toxic
I'm not
Commando
able
for
to
that
treat it
interview.
as
Up
seriously
next,
as
we
I
are
did as a
speaking to
kid.
the legendary Suda51 about his upcoming project, Romeo is a Dead Man.
You're gonna die in about 15 seconds.
Seriously?
Seriously, don't worry. I made this just in case. The Dead Gear Life Support System.
I'm Goichi Suda, commonly known as Suda51.
What
I'm
the
the
heck?
CEO of Grasshopper Manufacturer. On Romeo's a Dead Man, been working as producer and director, scenario writer, and I've also been doing some debugging as well.
From now on, you're Dead Man.
Everybody loves Back to the Future, right? Well, basically what Romeo is a Dead Man is what if in Back to the Future, Marty died at the beginning? What the hell would happen? How would he turn out?
If he
What's going
died?
to happen to the story, you know? If you want to find out how that would work out, then play Romeo as a Dead Man.
what?
What if there was a game where you could time travel to different eras, and there was different zombies in these different time periods, like zombies from 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, and they kind of gradually evolved and have different characteristics and abilities and whatnot. And then I was like, okay, well, what if I just mashed up all these ideas together with Back to the Future and Rick and Morty and time travel and zombies and yeah, it was pretty difficult to take all these different elements and actually make them fit together. But yeah, we did our best. It's basically sort of a fast-paced action game, like a lot of the games that we've done. And there's a couple things that I'm really looking forward to seeing how players react to. One of them is it's not parry-based combat; it's more dodge-based
Dodge.
movement during combat and stuff. I think we did a pretty good job with that. Also,
better at
there's,
dodging
I
than
guess
parrying.
the most understandable way to put it would be basically zombie cultivation. There's not only enemy zombies in the game; they're called rotters, but there's also another type of zombies that are known as bastards, which you grow yourself and in a garden, and they become your pals. And you can sort of equip them and use them as skills, activate them during battle. I think that part in particular, it's something that you're probably not going to find in any other game, and it's pretty interesting and fun to play with. All the different combinations and mechanics. That's something that I'm really looking forward to players check it out and see what they think.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you a spirit? I'm on your back. What?
So here at Gamescom, we've been meeting with a lot of people from the media, having them play the demo, doing interviews and stuff like this. So far, the response from people
What
who
else
have
is
played the
Suda
game has
made?
been really good. People saying stuff like, this is the best game at Gamescom right now. This is the #1 title
trying
here.
so hard.
May even exist somewhere, as far as I know. But I think it's doing pretty good. Once you start reading the articles,
I'm starting
and
to be
watching the
no, I'm not
videos
going to
that
put
are
this
gonna
on
be
my
coming out of
list
this
because
trip to
my list
Gamescom,
is
you'll
just
get a
too
pretty good
long.
idea
And
of
now I'm
what
just
kind of game it is, what to expect.
this
So
is
yeah, look forward to it. It's
intriguing.
going to be an awesome game. So Romeo is a Dead Man will be coming out next year, probably. And it'll be coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. We're hoping to get it on Switch too. It's not definite yet. We're still working on it. But yeah, also we're not sure if it's going to be coming out before GTA 6 or after GTA 6, or we might just go all in and release it on the same day. We're not sure yet.
He seems like a character.
Thank you very much to Suda51 for that amazing developer interview. Up next, we're off to the world of Dying Light the Beast, where we also spoke to the devs about what makes this latest installment so utterly chaotic.
I'm Nathan Lemaire. I'm the game director for Dying Light the Beast. In Dying Light the Beast, we are playing as Kyle Crane, the returning hero from the first Dying Light. He was actually being held captive for 13 years, and he was being experimented on. So when he escapes, basically he's just seeking revenge against the people that are actually like used him as a test subject. What was important for us at the beginning for Dying Light the Beast is that we took the best from Dying Light 1, the best from Dying Light 2, and we put it together to create this kind of best experience possible. So you will get back with a parkour that is more grounded, more physical, more closer to Dying Light 1 feeling. Same is for like the physicality and the hit reaction on zombies. Like we wanted to make a step forward and to make sure that hitting zombies just feels fun and, you know, kinda diverse. Like there is no situation that is the same. It's always like kind of renewing itself because of the physics and the ragdolls and so on.
Not the face.
There is also the fact that we wanted to create new settings. With Castor Woods, we have created this unique kind of touristic station located in the Swiss Alps. It's a beautiful zombie apocalypse, I can say, because this is where people would go to vacations before the fall happened. A very good setting as well because it's very diverse, I would say. You have like you have a city, you have industrial park, and some other biomes that make the game always kind of renewing itself. I'm super excited for people to test our new weapons, such as the flamethrower or saw blade launcher. We did put a lot of effort into making this game very satisfying, visually satisfying zombie game and slashing zombie apocalypse.
I played a little bit of the first one.
The Beast mode is one of our, new feature. Like it features a complete new skill tree, and it's really an ability that grows over time with Kyle. It's also a central part of the story itself. And with the Beast mode, we wanted to have like this kind of very like unleashing power, where suddenly you are not a prey at all. Like you are an ultimate predator. Like you can basically smash zombies, tear them apart completely, use your ability to jump higher, run faster, and it's like really like the ultimate kind of ability for Kyle Crane. So Dying Light the Beast is coming out September 19th on PS5, Xbox One X, and PC.
Soon. I started playing the first one, never finished it because it made me anxious.
And there we have it, my friends. That was the Future Games Show Best of Gamescom. Have you enjoyed it?
We'd like to take a moment to formally apologise to your wallet. But to be fair, it's not our fault all those games look so good.
No, absolutely. Don't come for us. If you want to wish list any of the games in this show or any of our shows, go to the Future Games Show Steam page.
But until then, take care of yourselves and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Can I go play Lego Batman then?
Yeah, go on then. Go on, off you go.
Be safe. Be nice to the other kids.
He slipped. Oh, he's crying.
Oh, God's sakes. You got plaster.
Go on, let's go. Let's go, Evan.
Oh my god. Which one? What game is Verho, Doran? We did it. We did it. We saw. Years come. Oh my god. I took notes this time on which games caught my eye, and I feel like I should have written the names down of the games that I wasn't going to check out. Because it was just like every time they showed a game, it was kind of like, okay, well this is, I'm sure, nah, I'm not gonna check this out. And then they talk about it more and be like, okay, I don't know if I'll play it, but at least I want to take a look and see. Narrowing this down to games that I want to invest in is gonna be hard, man. I want to play Reanimal for sure. That one I'm really intrigued about, I think. Reanimal and Pizza Bandit, because like I had a lot of fun with that. I liked Overcooked and all that stuff. Voyager, that's the one that's the Lego one. Maybe those are my top 3 of the ones that I'm interested in. But also, I want somebody to play Routine. And I'm saying I want somebody to play it so that I can watch it, because it's horror. What's Routine? It was Routine. What was the other one, Twisted? What was the other one? The one that, the scary one that you would play and I'd watch. Ah, I didn't write that one down. Yeah, they have an indie booth. It's a classic dungeon crawl FPS. You're a voice actor twice in it. Oh, okay. It was Routine? Okay, then Routine. I thought there was another one. They had a lot of horror games. Maybe Cinder City. Because Cinder City was also one that I don't think I could play. But it's no, that one is, you can play with a group. You're either like the dad and you can sneak, or you work with a team. And for that piqued your interest. I think that's really cool, because I feel like one of the showcases a bit ago, a lot of people were like, eh. I feel like this time there are a whole bunch of games, you know, that are really interesting. Man, I wonder if Tokyo Game Show will have such a similar lineup, or if they'll have anything different than Gamescom did. Okay. But I think that's it for me tonight, because it is 4:30 a.m. I am gonna go to bed. I am going to, like, I'm definitely gonna have these games. Okay, so top. Reanimal, Voyager, Pizza Bandit, I think. I mean, like, the other games that people are hyped about are like Hollow Knight, the Lego Batman. I am like, I think I would have fun with Lego Batman. I think I want to play all the other Legos too. And the Densha Attack seemed good as well. Oh, there's just too many games. There's too many games, guys. I'm never gonna get through it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to you guys on the TikToks. Thanks to you guys on the YouTubes.